Hi DIY doers, I'm Belle and welcome to my workshop. Well, it's finally here, the Loklik ImPress 2 Auto Heat Press Smart. I'm so excited to see the improvements that Loklik and HTVRont have made on the new heat press. So if you don't already know, HTVRont and Loklik are sister companies. They are owned by the same tech company. So HTVRont has machines and materials like vinyl and sublimation paper, whereas Loklik mainly does machines. I'm wondering if they made the Loklik brand to take over the machine side of things and HTVRont stays with the material and stuff. Or maybe HTVRont will service the US and then Loklik will service other countries. This is just me thinking out loud. I'm not sure why there's two companies, but they are sister companies. So you're effectively buying from the same company. So in saying that though, one of the biggest questions that I have in my community at the moment is the HTVRont Auto Press 2 digit coming to Australia? I received an email response from HTVRont and Loklik very quickly, and they stated that the Loklik ImPress 2 Smart will only be offered in Australia and Europe regions. So if you didn't know, the HTVRont Auto Press 2 digit released recently in the US and differs greatly, but still kind of the same, to the Loklik ImPress 2 Smart. I'm not entirely sure why they have two different types of machines. So the HTVRont Auto Press 1 and the Loklik ImPress 1, both were pretty much the same machine. So the HTVRont Auto Press 2 and the Loklik ImPress 2 both have the same capabilities. However, the HTVRont Auto Press 2 has a digital numeric display with buttons, and the Loklik ImPress 2 has a coloured touchscreen display with tactile buttons. To be honest, my first impressions are that the Loklik ImPress 2 is a bigger upgrade than the HTVRont Auto Press 2. Now there could be many different reasons as to why HTVRont and Loklik have released two different machines. One reason might be because of the safety and procedures that are required when you release a machine in Australia. I know companies need to tick a few more boxes than they do in other countries. Another reason could be market demand. They just didn't see that the US wanted a demand for a smart heat press. Could be a possibility. I'm not saying that these are the reasons, I'm just saying that they could be possible causes for there to be two different versions of the Auto Heat Press 2. Just note that these two machines are different. Okay. So we have instructions. Have a user manual, and a little Loklik product card. The user manual is quite thick. It's got nice diagrams. Very cool. Okay, then we have a Teflon sheet. And there she is. So the machine is heavier than the old press as well, at 20 kilograms. So you may need help getting it out of the box and in place. Okay, once in place, we'll remove extra packaging. Okay, once in place, don't try to pull the tray out as the pressing plate is down for delivery. Also, don't try and pull the screen up as it is motorized and you may damage it. So we'll unravel the power cord. Now remember to plug your power cord into a wall socket. These machines use a lot of power and can trip a circuit breaker, so be sure to plug directly into your wall. Okay, so once the power is connected and you turn it on at the wall, the heating plate lifts off the mat. Oh, that's very nice. So that is all the setup needed. Setup was very easy and there was no need to register your product or to connect to other software. Okay, turning it on for the first time. There is a protective sheet on top of the screen. So the screen lifts up. So then we have some safety precautions. So it just says, do not touch the heat plate after powering on to prevent burns. The material is hot after ironing. Please wait until it's cooled down for further process. Please unplug the power cord after use and wait until the machine is completely cooled down before storage to avoid burns. When powering off, the heat plate will press down and lift up automatically. Do not get close to the heating area to avoid scalds. Okay. Do not move or stop the touchscreen manually, otherwise the screen may malfunction or cause injuries. Okay, and now we're greeted to the home screen. So let's have a look at the buttons. So we've got an on button and an off button. Home button, so I'm guessing it will take you to this screen, and then a start button. The buttons themselves feel really nice and have a really nice texture. So you'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen you'll see the temperature of the heat press at all times. Let's go into System. We've got Language. We have English, France, Spanish, Dutch and Italiano. We'll just go back. Screen angle. So this is where you can adjust the screen. You can push it down or bring it up. This is as high up as it goes. We'll press back. The touchscreen is very responsive. And then we've got ironing mode. So we have fast mode and safe mode. The machine is set to safe mode out of the factory. So with safe mode, you have to press the sensor on the side of the machine. So here, plus press the start button. With fast mode, you can just press the start button, and under the fast mode you can select the auto iron setting, and the heat plate will descend automatically whenever the ironing board has been pushed back, just like the previous model. I'm going to be doing a project with each of these modes later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Then we have screen sound, so we can toggle that on and off. So if you don't want the screen to beep every time you press something, you can turn that off. And then we have units. So we have the degrees for temperature, and we've got kilogram for pressure. So if we want to change to Fahrenheit and pounds, we can just click those on. I like degrees and kilograms. So that is it for system settings. Now we have customize. So this machine allows you to customize 4 settings and save them. So if you have 4 projects that you do on a regular basis, you can go into here, set the temperature, time and pressure for each of those projects. I did try and find a way to rename these customizable settings, but I couldn't. I did send an email to HTVRont and Loklik, and they responded to me saying at this stage, no you can't, but they are looking at introducing the feature in the future. They also said that this will probably be done via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connection, as there is no USB port on the machine. So there is possible updates for the software of this machine in the future. Now we have material library. So we have select your material. So that is your HTV vinyl or your sublimation. And then your substrate is your blank. So if we select our material, we have heat transfer vinyl, sublimation paper, DTF, and heat transfer paper as options. And then we have a substrate. So our substrate or blank, we've got 100% cotton, polyester, modal, and canvas. So this red light around the screen, and there's a red light here, this will turn green when our heat press gets to our desired temperature. So the Loklik ImPress 2 comes in 3 colors: light pink, light blue, and white. If you are wondering if you can match the same color of your heat press to the new Loklik iCraft, you will be able to. whatever color heat press is available in your region, you will have an iCraft with the same color options. The machine dimensions are 53 centimeters by 43.4 centimeters and 33 centimeters high. With the tray pulled all the way out, it is 95 centimeters long from the back of the machine to the front of the machine. The ironing board itself is 38.1 centimeters by 38.1 centimeters, and the thickness of the gap between the ironing board and the heat plate is 4.5 centimeters. So the maximum temperature is 210 degrees Celsius. The max time is 999 seconds, and the pressure ranges between 20 kilograms to 80 kilograms of pressure. So if we go into the material library and then select your material, we'll go heat transfer vinyl. We've got pure heat transfer vinyl, glitter heat transfer vinyl, chameleon heat transfer vinyl, metallic heat transfer vinyl, flock heat transfer vinyl, glow in the dark, puff, reflective, pattern, holographic, sublimation printable heat transfer vinyl, sublimation heat transfer vinyl, and UV color changing heat transfer vinyl. So there is a lot of presets to choose from. However, I do believe all these settings are based off HTVRont vinyl settings. So if you are using a different vinyl from a different company like Cricut or Caesar, you may need to adjust your settings and use the customizable setting. Okay, so now I want to do a time temperature run. So the machine is at 100 degrees already. So we're just going to change the temperature to 210. Degrees, 20 seconds is fine, pressure's fine. Let's save. Then we click ironing and it will start heating up. So from 100 degrees to 210 degrees, it took the machine 3.5 minutes. I'm guessing from absolutely cold, it would have taken another maybe half a minute to a minute. So let's talk about safety. So as you can see, our machine got to the desired temperature, and this light turned green. This area up here is not hot to the touch at all. Here is warm to the touch. So the ironing board does pull out past the heat platen quite a long way, and there is a decent gap between the heat platen and the ironing board there. So the machine also comes with the safety press mode turned on, which makes you push the ironing board drawer all the way in, then hold the sensor button on the side and then press. There was another little message there just to make sure that I understood that the pressing plate was going down. And to stop it at any time, we can also press the stop button. Now, after the first press, the screen actually comes with this message: for your security, the heat plate has stopped heating. Click continue to reset the parameters for subsequent use. So we can press continue and it will heat to our desired temperature again and beep and the light turns green. So that is with safety mode on. Which is a good feature if you have small pets or small children around. It just is another step so there's no accidents. The machine also shuts down automatically after 15 minutes of inactivity. And another great safety feature is the temperature is displayed at the bottom of the screen, no matter what screen you are on. So we can go into system and then ironing mode, then from safe mode to fast mode. We can select that, go back home to our custom setting, press ironing. Machine will start heating up again as normal. With fast mode, all we need to do to press our blank is just press the start button. So I'll demonstrate that. We put our blank on the ironing board, we push it all the way in, and then we can just press the start button and it will press down. We can press stop. And then we can press this continue again, and we can actually put the auto iron setting on. So under the auto iron mode, the heat plate will press down automatically once the ironing board is pushed inside. Do not touch the heat plate. So we press confirm and it actually did it straight away. So if I just pull the ironing board out, push it back in, and it goes down automatically again, and to stop it we can just press any button or the stop button on the screen. So now I run through the machine. Let's do a couple projects. these shirts came out amazing. I can't wait to try sublimation and DTF. Okay, so there is a current sale at the moment for this heat press. The original price is $660. With the sale, it comes to $616. So when you go onto the HTVRont website, you need to go to the Australia site, and then the price displayed on the website is not including GST. You have to go through the process of checking out to see the GST price. This is a very American way of advertising prices, as they apply tax after. I did let HTVRont know that the full price including GST should be displayed on the product page. So I'm really impressed with the Loklik ImPress 2 so far. I really like the look of it. The style is very clean and elegant. One might even say it looks a little bit cute with the screen popping up. I might have to put some Google eyes on there. It is definitely an upgrade from the previous HTVRont Auto Press. It really shows that HTVRont and Loklik are listening to their customers and rectifying all the concerns and improving on their products. In saying that, if you already have a HTVRont Auto Press 1, I don't know if there's really a need to upgrade to the Loklik ImPress 2 unless you want that adjustable pressure feature for projects like DTF transfers and things. However, if you are looking for a new heat press, I would suggest you take a look more closely at the Loklik ImPress 2 and maybe spend that $100 extra for the newer heat press. I think the heat press is very beginner friendly, as you have presets for your material and your substrate or blank within the machine, so you don't have to Google and look for instructions and worry about what directions to use, whether it's the material directions or the heat press directions. I do like how they kept the auto pressing feature as well, as pressing multiple projects goes a lot quicker. I am quite a short person. I would have really liked for the screen to just tilt up just that little extra further, but as it is right now, it is on a counter. So if you have it on a normal table or desk, you might not have this problem. But being on a counter, it is a bit high, but I can still read it and use it quite easily. That's just me a little bit nitpicking. I also do wish they kept the handle for the ironing board tray. I just found that was a lot easier to pull in and out with the handle from the HTVRont Auto Press 1, whereas the Loklik ImPress 2 has kind of just like a lip underneath that you just grab and pull out. It's not a game breaker by any means. I just wish there was a dedicated handle. But that is the first impressions. Now I only have used this machine at the time of this recording. I think I've used it for 2 days, so I'm still very new. I will have a machine comparison video for the Loklik ImPress 2 compared to the HTVRont Auto Press 1 coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you liked this video or found it very informative, please give it a like and comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a craftastic day, and I will see you in the next video.